Yeah. So,
Okay.
well, Friday is about welcome back. And it's been a little bit of a week in between our first and last session. So I think last week we talked a little bit about your symptoms that you were feeling bad, how your family doesn't understand what you're going through, you find it hard to open up to them, and we kind of left off talking about some things that you enjoy, like bartending and boredom.
Yeah.
So we kind of put that kind of back up of where we left off during where should we start today?
Um, yeah, I've been kind of struggling at work lately, like going in. Um, I just have been kind of avoiding it the last week or two, just not really wanting to be there.
It's not wanting to be at work.
Yeah. I feel like it's just all the people there. It's just, I don't know, it's been really getting to me lately.
They aren't always people's making you feel anxious.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to sit with.
Yeah, I mean, it can be long nights too, like not getting home till 2 or 3 in the morning. Um, yeah, it's been a lot. So
How long have you not been going for?
I'd say like the last 4 or 5 shifts I've had, I called off. Like I haven't just not showed up, but I called off. Just told them I wasn't feeling well, but
So you're noticing that not being at work and bartending around all those people generates a lot of difficult feelings. And it's hard to kind of sit with that, sit in that space. So you decided, I'm just going to take some time, call off, and try and figure out what's going on before I get back.
yeah, and I mean, I know it's like it's people, but um, it's just I think it's a lot of it's the noise. Like it's the noise from the people. It's not the people themselves, but yeah, it's just been a lot, and it was just becoming a really stressful environment the last couple of weeks. Yeah,
So it's the noise, not the
I think it's more of the noise. I mean, it's caused by the people. So it's used to be able to kind of push through and maybe my anxiety helped me a little bit to get through shit. But yeah, it just
So when you kind of hear like a lot of this, like this chatter, this back, what kind of goes through your head while it's happening?
I just I guess well before I'm like anticipating, like before I go into my shift, I know it's gonna like as the night progresses, it's just gonna get louder and um I don't know if I feel like panicky, but just like that anticipating not being able to like focus, not being able to do my job um, well with the noise. It's been kind of affecting for longer than that. So I've just been going. And during, I just want to get the hell out of there, just don't want to be in that environment. It's like taking more frequent breaks and stepping outside, get some fresh air, back, but it never really.
You want to be doing a good job.
Yeah.
So you've tried taking breaks and getting fresh air and seeing if that helps, but nothing's been used to. So you're at the point now where it's like, I just have to call off. You're trying to find a way to get back with that these people back and enjoy your job and feel like
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I like to work. And I like to make money too, and that's other things like acting, planning for this wedding and just a lot.
See this inability to work as having kind of a butterfly effect. It's like, okay, well, not only do I feel bad, but now I can't pay for my wedding because I'm not working, but I can't work because I feel bad from all the ways, from things I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of like a ripple effect. Like, I know, I hope we'll be able to still like pay for the wedding. But so used to having both. So it's sort of like a cycle. Feel bad and you don't want to go to work, but not going to work kind of makes me feel worse.
Sounds like that might get kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, it can be. It is. Soon to be husband doesn't really, like, he wanted me to be here to come here and get help. And so I think that he doesn't really know what to do. Like, he wants to help, but like, doesn't know how. It's kind of put a strain on our relationship.
You're kind of noticing this like idea that you mentioned last week of, you know, he doesn't quite understand, so I can't share.
Yeah.
And ending up having this pressure to come to the space and talk, to seek help elsewhere, plays into that. Believe that maybe it's so true.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's a part of me though that's like, well, he's the one that suggested, going for the help. He kind of pushed me a little bit, but maybe he actually gets it more than I thought. It's- those issues are hard to talk about, like from being deployed and everything there. Um, I don't really talk to anybody about this. It's hard to start. Hmm.
I like to make sure that, like, you mentioned it's hard to talk about when you're not able to start. Like, we're here in the States, starting a conversation, and that's such a big one.
Yeah, 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 it is. Asking for help and all of those things is not really my strong suit. So it's not in my wheelhouse to do.
Probably seeking help is not, instinctive. You're working at such a comfort zone. Maybe noticing doctors are at difficulties in terms of how to start the conversation or already feeling.
Yeah, I feel like we should be like, strong enough to handle things on my own. I don't have to ask for help. And I've never really been in a position where I did have to ask for help.
What comes up? It's the next week. So when you think about this, we'll keep going with the concept of it helps. Uh, where do you think like that kind of, you know, was that something that was spoken about in childhood? Growing up, was that an analogy or behavior that you were taught?
Oh, I really think about it. I feel like I never saw like the adults in my life asking for help. I really thought that. my mom was a single parent, and so it was like she just did everything, right? Like there wasn't anybody there to ask for help from. So I guess I never really just seen it.
It wasn't something you saw. It was something that was, it's,
Yeah,
and it was your mom. And you're sitting here now thinking, well, if my single mom can do it, I should do it.
just anything. Like, but now it's pretty clear. Like, I can't even get to work.
On the one hand, you see now the desire to remain strong and dependent to handle your issues. And at the same time, acknowledge that things can be hard and seeking help in you.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta start somewhere, I suppose, right? So, yeah, I think they just don't know where to go from there.
Not sure where to go. Really difficult. And sometimes when we're trying to figure out where do we start, or what's the best, sometimes people are asking, like ideally, where would you like to start?
Yeah, I guess I just, the anxiety is causing a lot of problems. I guess really trying to look at what's caused it. But talking about my experiences, thinking about it can even help with that stress, like stress.
Picture stuff on you roughly. Sounds like ideally you would feel most comfortable starting with the feeling of anxiety.
Yeah.
And it sounds like through today's session so far, we talked about anxiety in the past, or coming from loud chatter from that. That you just anxiety with when, and then as we kind of were talking a little further, we kind of realized that maybe your husband does understand it than he did before, but there's still some anxiety that I think I could share because growing up, that was something that was really modeled. My mom took care of everything. She was that strong, independent woman, but
Yeah.
and some of those traits kind of carry with you today, and you're now trying to find this balance between your health and staying independent and maintaining that strength. Then you have to care for your own. That brings it back here. And we're like, okay, that balance between strength and health go hand in hand, and that can look like us talking about.
Yeah, yeah, and to, you know, talk about, I guess, more specifically, because don't, don't want to talk about it.
In our first session, we kind of talked about like how long anxiety can be. And in kind of the fourth session today, we had you go that each people.
Yeah.
And so I do talk about the results with folks really have this stuff. Like, looking at the two different sections, one for anxiety and for depression. The depression was considered one, most of them. But anxiety was considered that was a thought that was set. So kind of like even if I was saying a lot.
Yeah.
And so that can be really discussion of it being more difficult when things start to kind of like impact. So I want to open space for that as well. Acknowledge that you are displaying both strength and ups and
Thank you. So what are those, what does that score mean? What does it indicate that I have anxiety? Because I feel like I have anxiety. Um, and I just,
And this is just a measure to see if your symptoms meet clinical criteria for diagnosis.
okay,
So you can have anxiety, and it is true that you do have anxiety. If that's your belief and understanding, then that's not the truth.
yeah,
But when it comes to a clinical space, if there are specific criteria that have to be met to consider it to be a diagnosis that's billed through insurance. It's not just kind of provides an idea of what direction your mood is, what your symptoms present.
yeah,
Sometimes it can be hard for you to talk about all their symptoms at once. So they're hesitant to share like this part of it. And so sometimes just screen it and help folks express that without words, and then we can circle back and talk to it at a later time.
yeah.
So pretty much just kind of give it a picture of where you're sitting at.
Thank you for telling me that. I'm curious. It's such a short form. I don't really know anything about, you know? Yeah. I don't- I've never felt this way till I got home. Deployment. All, at least I think it's new. Yeah, I don't think I've experienced feeling.
Looking back, get a picture of time and all of these feelings, really heavy anxiety, were present until after the treatment point.
Kind of like I didn't know what to do when I got home and like with myself and my injury and trying to get back. It's really hard to like readjust, you know, so, like life.
Readjusting. Sounds like it was a very challenging.
Yeah, it was you know, it just came back to that not really kind of just feeling alone. Like when I was out on deployment, I we're all, you know, kind of the same objective, like we're all doing the same thing. So we kind of understood one another without having to explain. So that was really it was kind of like taken away, I guess, when I got home because I had injury, so kind of against my will, I guess.
Came to a place where there was a sense of community.
Mhm.
There was that common support and understanding. And then that was just kind of ripped away from me. And with the injury, we went back to a space that was a little more individual. That support was just well.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I come home to a supportive fiance, you know, who's been wonderful, but yeah, it just wasn't really the same. I mean, those are two way different things, but um, yeah, I really, for the most part, like, it's rough moments, but
Maybe with your group of folks on deployment, even during stressful times, but it was easier to handle because there were people to fall back and provide all that extra support.
yeah, and I think like, you know, y'all go through the same training and um, there's like like a security in knowing like I will take care of them, they'll take care of me, kind of thing, like more of like confidence, I guess, in knowing or believing everything will be okay. And even with the, you know, the accident back, he's succeeded. What really knows what could happen.
Anxiety exists now to the place where it's like, that's supposed to come, if something happened, who would be there?
Yeah, like it's almost like that support was like unconditional. Something. Yeah, it felt unconditional.
Unconditional support, comfortability, confident, you have to.
Yeah, and to come back, excuse me, to come back home and it's different.
Doesn't feel unconditional.
Like, you know, this fear that if I don't get better, you know, my fiance doesn't not going to want to marry me.
I can't be like how I was, then people in my life can't accept us. The one who's patient.
It's like they don't. I really don't think sometimes they like my fiance might get like the anxiety is impact my life, but I don't think that he understands like he doesn't understand like I am different. Right? Who wouldn't be different?
I'll never be able to understand, and I'll never come to accept this either.
I don't know if I would say that. I think he could. I think he could. Because I also don't feel like myself, but um, I haven't been myself. So I mean, I can see how it would be a little off, but I don't know. Maybe he needs time too. I don't know.
I think I'm understanding you a little bit. So, once it sort of never understanding and accepting, it's more, I've changed myself. I need some time to understand who is your person.
Yeah.
How to get back to who I feel like I should be, who I want. And then at the same time, your fiance the time to also adjust and learn how to be accepted to it and appreciate this responsibility.
Yeah, let me put that. I think that 6 months is not a long time to be home. To like adjust from being, kind of kicked out to coming home and dealing with an injury. Um, all that stuff kind of ramping up, you know. I feel like that's kind of gotten worse in the last. Mm, yeah,
Sounds like you're dealing with anxiety in a lot of different places. Sounds like this relationship anxiety. You know, the fiance or even like I'm dating conscious steps. What happened from the end point. Well, I'm going to. But at the same time, there's this anxiety around support. What we're like now, previous support system. So if they understood, how do I allow there to be understanding and support to exist together?
yeah, and it's a weird thing. Just I guess I just can't get past the, the people, the friends that I do have here that never really served, don't and don't get it. It's so hard for me to like break through that. Just let.
It's hard to break through. When you think about what it means to kind of break through, what is that?
Down, like not break down emotionally, but like being vulnerable, letting someone in, like letting my guard down, I guess is what I should have said. Letting the walls down, letting um not like avoiding certain topics of conversation, like about my time serving overseas.
How do I become more comfortable with my own experience before I start sharing with other people? I think if there's a space for someone to just listen and affirm, that might be listening. Because there's no asking you to share with them.
Yeah, because some of that stuff is really, it's not just, it wasn't just physically painful, obviously, back and but it was, really difficult moments over there. And also burden like the people I love, that kind of stuff. Even if they ask, like I feel like it's not like it might be too much or something for them to handle.
I feel like not sharing out of a sense of protectiveness. You don't want to lay them down. Having here upsetting things.
Yeah. Because I know what it's done to me. They don't ask for curious and I don't I don't think it would do them any good. Me tell the things that went on over there.
So you're now just saying this space. Here you think it's okay to process from inside. It's maybe it feels more okay. But it's again allowing it's those other hours where it feels like my support's minimal. I'm not sure that I can switch. Why do that? I'm ready and see how helping, but there's just no kids.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I just wish that there was, like, mm, some people that here. I guess I haven't looked for it, but I haven't found. Yeah, like anxiety, the thoughts, the memories, um, sleep problems, food, this thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, also taking on the problem, experiences, and environment, if that's something you feel, fears, if it's something you can, I will help you or something.
It's like, wow, I was hoping to go. It's always just right now, but a lot of running out of that. Yeah, seems kind of like a constant, constant wave being over there. It's kind of seeing, it's always being that fight mode, you know? Um, just because I don't know, we talk about
It was something about, but it was a scene. That was, you know, speaking relations.
it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, and that's, kind of goes back to knowing that's going on without really having to talk about it, having that shared experience without having to talk about it.
I don't think you need to, because sometimes about the speaking about the music, you know,
Yeah, there's no expectation to talk about it. Like-minded, especially for, um, but, yeah, he, this maybe was like, said something about complexing. Um, not in that environment, still have that feeling, yeah. Like, especially if
like sad, like, like, even if understanding is important, you know, it's talking about difficult experiences. And then also sounds like it's hard to find people. Whenever the first time, how that seems to you, John.
I think that was helpful to like here in the civilian world have that support in addition to like my soon-to-be husband, my friends, a couple of friends that I have. Yeah.
And that's important. So I'm wondering, you know, she kind of briefly looked at it, what has that social face?
You repeat that?
Yeah, like, what was your search for peers right now?
Oh, um, well, I haven't really looked for the FDA because not very experienced with the VA. So, um, but I hope they would be perhaps, but I don't know, support group or something.
feel like it's like no layer of movies. We had that experience with the biggest provider of services for that. It's like that wasn't enough and safe for me. Now we're to find careers. Another thing that's becoming as further, you get funded as the delivery. I can talk to it with my family at home. Hey, what do we do together?
Yeah.
So they went that.
I guess we need to start talking about food. Mhm. Yeah, I really, just don't want to keep letting my mind like put me into these like I think it's a job. I'll call out for a week or 5 shifts or whatever it's been. Um, it's not work much. So yeah, really not sleeping. It's not working.
I'm gonna find ways to go do some backup. To feel like you and not sleeping, not looking, not look like broken thoughts.
I was talking about, like my experiences, scenes, and besides like talking about that, I don't really know what else it is that I can do. Like,
Mhm. Being clear and to mention something so that it's not like, like the community story. It's different things. I do it with
um, mm, like anxiety, really ramped up. I think it really, it seems like and I think that's completely the reason why um,
it.
you know, you know, you know, it's what we do, That's it. It's way insane how
It's just the reaction. How
yeah, it's wonderful. Just really sure the lack of sleep is help. I really just feel better, you know.
6 months of anxiety, sleeplessness. I guess things are not in it. You can check it. It doesn't really feel like it's a patient.
Yeah, it's kind of like just get really sick of myself in a way, you know. Um, yeah. Mm, yeah, just really sick of myself feeling this way.
We can have a look at how we are. Is there any part of this that's serving?
Mm, mm, I don't really see any that like the way I'm feeling is probably bad. It's not in my relationship, like barely work. I really just like close myself off from, for the most part, from a lot of like friends. Yeah, it's just not the way, it's just not how I used to be. I always struggled asking for help, but I'm still was like more open and happy.
You see it as being a lot of disservice to you who you used to be who you see yourself as. It's being open. Seeing it like for just to do the pictures and colors and make it certain. That's like you're feeling pretty hard on yourself.
Yeah, yeah, it's if this happened, if I wouldn't have been to the army, would I have just wound up in a freak accident, injured my back, and had anxiety anyway? Um, I guess I don't really know, but um, so I don't really blame myself. Too much.
I was circling back to that original question of benefit and disservice. What are your thoughts on the idea of protectiveness?
What do you mean?
Like yourself, like I've been through things that a lot of people in your life haven't been. Not a lot of folks you know have been deployed or injured while on duty. And you mentioned always being in that constant state of fight or flight. And so being in that way for so long, when you make that drastic transition back, your body doesn't always know. What your brain doesn't. So maybe it's anxiety heightened awareness. It's your brain's way of protecting yourself.
Yeah,
Because you came from such a volatile state.
it's it could serve me in ways. Like if I were in a dangerous situation now, I think a lot of like a lot of us do more be happen. That is kind of like a feeling that
Not every part of this needs to be perfect. And then I really like that.
Yeah.
Think about it, if you're protecting this, like, you know, from new space to have grace with yourself. Kind of look at it and be like, okay, it's my son. Like, I didn't really want to go into work. And it's really anxious, but it's just my brain trying to. So thank you for addressing something that you have the space to allow yourself to feel and experience it's not rejected, and then process that a little more and then see that insight.
yeah, and I think like I enjoy work and I like to be there and I need to work.
Mm.
Um, try to get used to a lot of noise to it does feel unsafe. The last couple of times I was ever did feel like there's danger. Yeah, yeah, I can see what you mean now about like, the anxiety about well, it's protected. Even though work's not dangerous, feels like it is.
For my previous work and the work of my colleagues, it's a normal thing to have them come back. A lot of folks who experience really traumatic situations sometimes carry a lot of those anxieties and those fears with them. And a lot of them have talked about it through therapy or through peer support groups, and we're able to find some
Yeah.
thoughts on.
Well, it definitely it's, feels better to know. Not that it's common, like it's sucks that it happens, but like to know that alone, it's a common experience.
Part of that universality.
Yeah, yeah, it makes it feel a little bit, a little bit easier, I guess, to kind of accept. This whole thing has been kind of hard to accept. This has happened, you know, injured, discharged, all like hard to like,
Hard to accept that abrupt transition from life in the military to life back in the civilian sphere.
yeah, yeah, I think years having people around is really the way for me to kind of start to talk.
Well, I guess maybe looking a little ahead towards sleeping and being mindful of the time. Looking at, I could offer you this. So this between now and this, if you have the space to find just one peer group, uh, it helps you look into it. Yeah, anybody know, maybe we come back and talk about it. Maybe do it next week. And if you get end up to it or things up too much stuff, that's something we'll do some session. We'll just circle back. So either option. So okay for me, no matter how it sounds for you.
Yeah, so all I have to do is just kind of look online or somewhere just to kind of get the description and think about it.
See what's out there, see what exists.
Yeah, I think that's doable. I think that's it.
So we covered a lot today. We started talking a little bit about issues with work, but that's just some anxiety, some relationship stuff. And kind of moved into talking a little bit about how you yourself, how what others think you do, and how anxiety like plays a role in that.
Yeah.
A little bit about situations and environments that we existed in the past that we existed in now, and how emotions and behaviors can carry over and make a little difficult in the past. Just after talking about what support looks like, and see how we can maybe try to find a little more of that access support that we're talking about. And so I'm just a little bit
Thank you.
Towards the end there, I got a little bit distracted and I was like, oh, acceptance and commitment therapy.